Hi Diana, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm having a pretty good week so far.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. So let's go ahead and get started. Last week we began talking about stress management. How have things been going?
Well, I started doing those shoulder stretches that you were showing me, and do them a couple times a day at work, and my headaches have been a lot less, and I've had fewer headaches, and they aren't hurting as bad.
Good,
So
good.
that's been doing really well. But I did have another problem.
Okay.
I had a report I had to give at work, so I was starting to work on that and get prepared, and I got a call from my sister. And she told me that my niece came home from school sick, and my sister works at night, and she's a single mom, and she wanted to know if I could take care of her.
Yeah.
And I told her no. I felt really bad.
Right.
But I told her no because I had to get this presentation done.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've just felt really bad about it. And my sister's on probation at work, so if she has to take off another night, she's liable to lose her job.
Right.
So then I felt guilty.
Right.
Because I told her no. I almost called her back because she's a single mom and the dad's not around.
Right.
So anyway,
Well, first let's focus on the positive. Yes, you had a couple headaches this week, but they were better, right? So and not as many. So you are definitely moving in the right direction as far as your stress management goes. With that being said, I really hear that you do love your sister and your niece a lot, and I definitely understand that it is difficult to tell someone no, especially when they're family. And the guilt that comes associated with that is hard. It's a very human emotion, and it's not an emotion that's fun to experience.
no. I just felt really, really bad that I couldn't help her out. It was almost as much stress as if I had gone over and helped her anyway.
Right. Well, tell me how you felt after you told your sister that you were not going to be able to help her this time. Talk about that a little bit more.
Well, I usually work really long hours anyway, so I just felt bad that I couldn't help out when I knew that there were going to be such dire consequences for her.
Right.
But I had to take into consideration my job and what I was responsible for. So.
Well, I definitely understand that, and I know that you're working on making yourself and your needs a priority, and that's hard. That's a hard thing to change. And there's nothing wrong with making yourself a priority. So you have no reason to feel guilty. As you continue to put yourself first, it will get easier. But I would like to talk a little bit more about you feeling like you don't have time for yourself or any downtime. If you had a magic wand and you could remove anyone's stress from your life, what would that stressor be?
Most likely that I don't have time for myself because of the hours I work, and then weekends there's chores and there's grocery shopping and there's the yard, and then when Sunday rolls around, that's what I do, the chores on Saturday, and then Sunday rolls around and I'm too exhausted to do anything fun.
Yeah.
So if I could do anything, and maybe I can't change my schedule at work, but maybe find some me time. Some time for just to do something fun. And
okay. So tell me more about that. If there was something specific to your weekends that you could specifically change, what would you do?
Well, everything I do on Saturdays is pretty much a have to. I get up, I do chores, I go clean the yard, I go get the groceries for the week. So I usually don't sit down again until dinner time.
Right.
You're the therapist. Where do I cut it? What do I do?
Yeah, so this is difficult. I really want to give you an answer, and more importantly, I wish I could give you the answer that you want.
Isn't that your job to tell me how I should work this out, how to fix my problems.
While I don't mean to sound elusive, I really want to hear how you think you could fix this problem.
I don't know, I need to clean my house each week, and I can't let my chores slide, but on the other hand, I'm still pretty good about cleaning up with the dishes after I use them, and I make my bed every day and I straighten the house. So maybe it wouldn't be such a crime if I did it maybe every other week.
Okay.
There's just me, so it's,
Okay.
I'm usually picking up after myself.
Sure. So I hear that when you experience this, it's a very real struggle for yourself. And it's sad for me to hear that you're putting all this extra stress on yourself because of the high standards you set. But I really appreciate you sharing that information with me. In the end, it sounds to me like you already have your answer. You know what you can do to alleviate this stress. It sounds like you could possibly alleviate some of your chores on the weekends and take that time to go do something fun for yourself.
I think you're right. I think it's just a matter of not being so type A.
That's a tough thing.
And giving it up, not just giving it a little rest.
Okay. Well, I think you're making wonderful choices when it comes to managing your stress, Diana. I think you're definitely moving in the right direction. For this week's homework, I would love to see you make some plans, something fun to go do this weekend. And next week when we meet, I can't wait to hear all about them.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Bye-bye.
Nothing.